friends, welcome back to my channel. Sass here. I'm here to do another review of 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After. What y'all think about this episode? This episode got on my nerves. It irked me. But we're gonna get into it. Alright? Alright. Let's talk about Paul and Karine. Let's knock them out the way. Karine done locked herself in the bathroom, y'all. She is so tired of her husband, of the trailer park, of the storage unit. She tired of it. Alright, so she done locked herself in the bathroom. Paul is trying to convince her to come out. He don't know what's going on. He's confused by her behavior. He said that she has been real moody lately. The producer's like, what's going on, Paul? What's wrong with Karine? He said, I don't know. He said, I don't know if it's something I did. I don't know if she misses home. She's not talking to me. She's not communicating with me. Things have just not been how I thought they should be. Okay. Now, Mama Paul is on her way over. In Paul's mind, she's upset, meaning Karine is upset because Mama Paul may be coming over. Or it may be because she can't stand you. Y'all live in an 8x10 box. Nobody's working. Nobody's getting out. No movement. What do you think is going to happen when you sitting up in there with a baby in a hot box? So, Karine finally comes out. And she's like, Paul, get away from me. Paul, get away from me. Paul, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Now, how I need to say this? So here's Paul. You know, Mama's coming. You know, Mama's coming. You know, she gonna come and visit. She was like, get away from me, Paul. So here comes Mama Paul. Honey, she done pulled in, child. And she was excited because she wanted to see Karine. She wanted to see the baby. She don't really care nothing about Paul. We know this. So Karine done made herself outside. Now the baby is laying down asleep. Okay? Now Karine outside, Paul outside, and then here comes Mama Paul. Hi! She was so excited. And Karine was like, it's not you. And Mama Paul was like, oh, dude, what? I just come here to visit. What happened? And so she was like, Karine, I brought you something. I brought you something. She was like, I brought you some rice and beans. Now, I thought Mama Paul was been up in the kitchen, you know, cooking some rice and beans. I thought she was going to pull out a pot child, a pioneer woman pot child. Not Mama Paul. Mama Paul said, I stopped by this good old dollar store on the way here. And I got you a 50-cent bag of rice and a 50-cent bag of beans. Y'all do with you what you need to. Bang, bang! When she pulled out that bag, I almost died. I said, Mama Paul. Mama Paul said, I'm not going to sweat my bangs out for you two. You're acting foolish. Where my grandbaby at? So here comes Paul and Karine. They up on the porch. They fussing. Karine was like, get away from me. Leave me alone. I need to be alone. Stop it, Paul. Just stop it. So here comes Paul. Okay, gosh. Oh my gosh. So Karine, she walks off. She's walking towards the little park there. And so Paul was like, I don't understand what's wrong with her, Mom. Okay, I told her that you was going to come and visit and she gets upset. Mama Paul said, I know the devil is a lie, you idiot. She told me it's not me. You ain't going to try to pull one on me. So if it ain't me, it's you. Where my grandbaby? My baby in there. The grandbaby in there by herself. So then Mama Paul said, let me try to talk to her. So Mama Paul, she was like, Karine, stop. Let me talk to you. Karine was like, don't do it. So Mama Paul said, bet. So Mama Paul come back and said, look, I tried. She took her feet to the street, honey. And so here comes Mama Paul. Mama Paul was like, go get your wife. Go talk to her. So she's in there and she was like, the baby just laying here. She was like, your parents are idiots. Okay? I wish they'll grow up. So here comes Paul. Child, did y'all see how Paul was running towards Karina? I almost died. The way Paul was running is the way Mama Paul walked. Honey, ain't they built the same? Woo, child. So, of course, Karina wanted to be left alone. She don't want to hear nothing that Paul has to say. Paul said, look, it's hot as bacon grease. I'm going back into this trailer. I'm going back to the storage unit. I ain't got time for this. So he goes back in there. Mama Paul said, what is going on? What is going on in here? And what's up with all these flies? So Paul said, oh no, I know, they're terrible, aren't they? So he's like killing flies. And so he was like, I don't know what's wrong with Karina. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if she's homesick. I don't know, Mom. I don't know what else to do. She always talk about, I need a job. Mama Paul said, get a job. You need to get a job, or you're going to lose your wife and you're going to lose your son. Okay, that's what you need to be worried about. Y'all need to talk about some things. This is ridiculous. This is foolish and this is ridiculous. Okay, now I done had enough. Okay, I'm going back home to some air conditioning. That's what I'm going to do. So, of course, Paul, he's just amazed that Karina is acting like this. And he's upset that she is going to leave him and take Pierre. I really want to say something. I really want to say something, but I'm going to save it for another day. Because when I say it, I'm going to have to pull out the banana. And that goes for Karina and Paul. Both of them. But I'm going to save it. Let's move on to another dumbass couple. Let's talk about Colt and Jess. Now, as we know, they cut a shine. And Jess told Colt that she was going to go and bang her ex. Well, it's the next day. Colt said that he gets up on his door at 3 a.m. Who was it? It was Jess. Honey, Jess done cut her shine and did all kinds of carrying on, cussing, fussing, that, honey, the hotel security said him. Honey, the hotel security done got involved with these two. So, Colt, instead of hurting her, instead of cussing at her, okay, he decided to get his own room and let Jess throw her little temper tantrum. So it's the next day, and Colt is sitting there looking like one weeble. See, that's why I call him Weeble Wobble. Did y'all see him sitting on the edge of that bed? So he goes and he talks to Jess. Okay, Jess looked like who done it what for. Did y'all see part of her hair all like matted up? I said, Jess, if you did not. Jess, why didn't you just take a shower, brush your teeth, wash your face, relax, and put on some pajamas and go to sleep? Jess still had the same dress. Honey, she was just going through it, honey. Vanessa done threw her in all kinds of loop-de-loops. So here comes Colt. Colt said, I want to know why you acted like that. Jess said you lied. Colt said, why you throw your shoe at me? Jess said you lied. Colt said, why you screaming at me? Why you cussing me? Colt said, Jess said you lied. That's all Jess could say. You a liar. You a liar. You lied. You lied. You lied. I talked to Vanessa. You lied. That's why I threw a shoe at you. I can't stand you at that moment. Okay? That's why. And so Colt was like, now listen, we could be going through this. Okay? I love you. I done came all the way to Brazil to be with you, meet your family. I even asked your father if I could marry you. Honey, Jess was like, yes. You did. Honey, she switched up real quick. Colt said, I don't know how many times I need to say this. I love you. Now, the way you acted last night, honey, that wasn't nothing but Larissa. Honey, you did exactly what Larissa used to do. And I'm not going to marry you. You keep acting like that. Forget about it. You understand me? And so here comes, Jess. Jess said, listen, I am sorry, okay? Because Colt was like, you even said that you was going to go and have sex with your ex. And so, you know, she was like, listen, I'm sorry about that. The only reason why I said that is to make you jealous, okay? I was mad. You lied to me, you hurt me, so I wanted to hurt you. That's why I said I wanted to sleep with my ex, but that ain't true. I'm not gonna, you know, I didn't sleep with my ex. Did you see hotel security? I was out there cutting the shine, and then hotel security had to bring me back up to the room. Ciao. So, of course, they sitting on the edge of the bed, and what happened, y'all? After all that screaming, yelling, throwing shoes, cussing, fussing, what happened? You're right. I love you. I don't want to lose you. I'm sorry I was so upset. I'm sorry too. Jessica talk about, now listen, you were supposed to be a grown man. You 35. It's supposed to be me and you, Bonnie and Clyde. Okay? Why you always got to tell your mama stuff? Okay, you 35, right? And so he was like, listen, I didn't tell my mama. My mama don't know nothing about this fight, and we gonna keep it like that. Okay? Now you already done carried on in front of her. She don't need to know about this fight. Alright? And it is me and you. I love you, I want to marry you, and I am sorry that I lied to you about Vanessa. Alright? But you know, you found out that she called me and you blew up, so I didn't know how to tell you about her, you know, looking after the cats. But me and Vanessa are just friends. That's it. We are friends. Now, see, Colt, this would have been a perfect time to tell Jess that you slept with Vanessa. Y'all forget about that. You forget about that, Colt. I didn't forget about it. But she gonna find out. So, he asked Jess, did Jess want to, you know, escort him and his mom to the airport? So, of course, she was like, of course I do. So, they get in the elevator, they get to the lobby, they standing at the door, and who's sitting there in the cut? Debbie, honey. Debbie, child, when she seen Weeble Wobble and Jess together with a smile on their face, Debbie was hot. When I tell you she was hooker coochie hot, child. She was mad. She was thinking to herself, now I know, what am I saying? You mean to tell me, after all I did, throwing out there that Vanessa was there, talking about, you know, the cats and how Colt needs to leave her and, you know, how Jess is insecure. All this, all of the vile things I done said and done, you mean to tell me it didn't work? I need to go home. Yes, Debbie, you need to go home. And so here's Colt. And Jess talking about, hi. Honey, Debbie was like this. Honey, it was like Debbie had ate a pile of dookie, honey. She couldn't stand it. She couldn't stand it. So, of course, she's standing there. She was like, well, what a shock to see you two together. And so Colt was like, yeah, Mom, we worked it out. Okay, we talked about it. We're still together. And so Debbie was like, I see that. Get me in this van. Get me home. I need to see my cats. Honey, Debbie has had a time on this trip. So there is Colt, Debbie, and Jess in that van, child. And when I tell you, honey, Colt and Jess was talking about, you know, how they're going to miss each other, how they're going to love each other. And here's Debbie, yeah, whatever. Excuse me, we need to talk about last night. Why you act like that? Why you do all that screaming and yelling? What's the real deal? So, of course, she brings up the whole, you know, Vanessa and, you know, Jess. And so Jess said, listen, your son a liar. He lied to me. Here's Debbie. No, he didn't. Jess said, yes, he did. I talked to Vanessa. I texted Vanessa, and Vanessa told me that she's been conversing with He just didn't tell you. And so Jess was like, whatever. Okay? He lied. Okay, so then here comes Debbie. Debbie trying to be real cute. Debbie said, okay, so when you was doing this whole little conversing with Vanessa, did you tell Vanessa that you called her a bitch since you're so bold? Huh, strong jaw? Did you tell her that? And you cussed me. And so here comes Jess. Honey, Jess really didn't have nothing to say about that one. She didn't tell Vanessa all that she done called her. But I think that's going to come up a little bit later. Lord, I hope so. I hope these two get into a knockdown, drag out fight. That's what I want. We sure enough didn't get none from Andrei and Elizabeth's brother, so maybe Vanessa and Jess may give us a little. But I doubt it. So, of course, here comes Debbie and Jess, and they have words, and then here comes Colt, talk about, well, this is a misunderstanding. Y'all need to stop, okay? And misunderstanding. And listen, okay? Jess, we don't work things out. No need to even bring this up, okay? When you come to Vegas, you're going to come and you're going to see the cats. And, maybe you'll meet Vanessa. Honey, Jess said, when hell freezes over, I don't want to meet the hell. But Jess went, no. So they finally get to the airport. And, of course, Jess and Colt have to say their goodbyes. Kissy, kissy, huggy, huggy. And, honey, while they were off to the side, here comes Debbie talking about, please don't propose. Please, Lord, don't propose. He did propose. He just said that he's going to miss her, that he loves her, and hopefully she will make it out to Vegas, all right? And we know that she is because we see in one of the previews that she meets up with Larissa. But anyway, child, I done spoke too long about Weeble Wobble and Jess. Honey, what y'all think about that mess? Let's move on. Let's talk about Larissa. Psych. Not gonna do it. I told y'all. I'm tired of them. And the next couple is this close. It's this close. Let's talk about Tanya and Syngin. But in this case, let's talk about Syngin. See, the only reason why I'm talking about Syngin is because of his homeboy. He made it very entertaining, didn't he? So Syngin, he need to blow off some steam. Tanya is with his mama and sister. Syngin went and met up with his homeboys, okay? And honey, when I tell you they was excited to see each other, child. Honey, they did the little thug hug, and they did a little, just so excited. And then let the drinking begin. Honey, Syngin said, listen, I am here to get towed up from the floor up. Now, I know my wife don't like it, but oh well. Okay, she has stressed me out. I'm stressed out. Okay, these are my homeboys. We're going to drink till the sun come up. So, of course, we get to know these gentlemen. And there's a white gentleman with one of those little long mustaches. But then there's a little black gentleman. And honey, when I tell you he was so entertaining. The more he drank, the better he got. He let it be known that him and Syngin and that other boy had known each other 10, 11 years. That Syngin was, thin and skinny in South Africa. As soon as he went to United States, he done got fat. He said that Syngin done blew up like a tit, child. He said, whoo, wait. He said Syngin is fat AF. That's what he said, child. Lord, I got so tickled to him. So, Syngin was like, yes, okay. In America, they got a whole bunch of fried food. I ain't working. So, I'm drinking and I'm eating. And so, I done put on a lot of weight. And so, his friend was like, we see that. We see a lot. Ain't nothing wrong with it, Syngin. See, that's just what I call just love weight. That's all that is, except, well, you're not really in love. But anyway, let's move on. So, of course, they start talking about Tanya, all right? And so the homeboy, the black boy, he was like, let me tell you about Tanya, okay? He met Tanya in the bar, he done brought her to our house. Because, see, we were all roommates. We were cool, okay? We were bachelors, we were all, just guys living it up. And he done brought this heifer in. Now, it's supposed to be just 2 weeks. And so his friend said, Tanya was here for 2 months. And he said it was terrible. He said that she came in there just like a bull in a china shop, child. She tried to regulate things, okay? She came up in there trying to tell us how we gonna live in our house. She tried to tell me how I should live in my own country. Oh, no, I don't like her. He said that he did not like Tanya. I could see Tanya being controlling. I could see Tanya just being on everybody's nerves. Oh my God. He said that apartment where we live was no place for a chick. It was strictly for men and not girls. And she just come in there and just, made life miserable. Okay? So, of course, they are talking about, Syngin and how is it over there in the United States? And he was like, listen, okay, I made a mistake. Basically, Syngin said that if he could do it over again, he would wait to get married. Maybe he rushed into it, just a little too soon. Maybe he should have thought about things a little bit. So they was like, well, why didn't you? He was like, because we had 90 days. And I felt rushed. And see, that other little friend brought up that green card. Syngin was like, man, it ain't got nothing to do with green card. But if I could go back and do it differently, I would. Maybe I should have thought about it instead of rushing to marry, Tanya. And so they were like, are you happy? And so Syngin didn't say no. He didn't say yes. He said, I could be happier. But we all know what the code for that is. That boy ain't happy. He is not happy. Okay. He's not happy. Him and Tanya are going through it. Neither one of them are working. She is nagging him about job. She is nagging him about, drinking. And it's just... It's just a mess, okay? So then here comes Syngin talking about, listen, I'm having so much fun here, I may not even go back to the United States. And they were like, what? So Syngin made it like he ain't going back to the United States, knowing good and well he's going back to the United States. And child, when he drags himself home at 6 in the morning, woo, Lord, honey, she gonna have something to say. And as we see in the preview next week, she's sitting there crying. Let's move on. All right, let's talk about Libby and let's talk about Elizabeth and Andrei, child. This ain't gonna be long. It may seem like it's gonna be long, but it's not. Let's talk about Elizabeth and Andrei, this foolishness. As we know, Andrei and Elizabeth's brother got into this big, huge argument and fussing and all this stuff. Okay, now, alcohol was involved. I told y'all, he will apologize because, see, without the apology, there's no wedding. So, of course, it's the next day, all right? He done sobered up and he done thought about things and he's like, uh-oh. Now, I done cussed this man. I done tried to fight the brother. I done told both of them, F you, screw you, take your feet and take it to the airport and go home. Now, see, he done said all this. But see, now he thinks, ooh, we got a wedding to do. And I ain't got no money. Let me go ahead and get myself together. So, of course, there's him and Elizabeth talking, and Elizabeth, she's still confused. Shut up, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I don't understand why you confused by this. I don't understand why you so shocked by your husband's behavior. For some reason, Andrei acts differently in Moldova or Moldova, or wherever he lived, than in Florida. And see, he done said all this. But see, now he thinks, ooh, we got a wedding to do. And I ain't got no money. Let me go ahead and get myself together. So, of course, there's him and Elizabeth talking, and Elizabeth, she's still confused. Shut up, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I don't understand why you so shocked by your husband's behavior. For some reason, Andrei acts differently in Moldova or Moldova, wherever he lived, than in Florida. This just blows her mind that he done got drunk and tried to fight her brother. And so she's like, I'm upset with you. And he was like, listen, just calm down, okay? Just calm down. I'm going to make everything right. She said, you better make everything right. You need to apologize. You need to apologize to my dad and my brother, okay? Because the way you acted was just ridiculous. They done flew out here to watch us get married, and then you try to beat them up. And so here is Andrei. Andrei is like, now listen, your brother's not innocent. Now your dad, I apologize to him, but your brother, and they asking too many questions. Okay? They are being too daggone nosy. My past is my past. We talking about now, okay? And your brother was out of line. And yes, I told him, you know, I was going to beat him up. You know, I told him, F you. But you know, he stood up, I stood up, and I was like, let's take our feet to the street. That's what we do here. And so, of course, Elizabeth's like, no, that ain't what you do here. Okay, that's my family. You can't be going around talking to them like that. You better make it right. You're going to need to apologize to them. I mean, seriously, you're going to need to apologize. And so here comes Andrei talking about, well, you going to do it? I mean, you going to mediate? I mean, what's going on? She was like, no. She was like, what are you talking about? She was like, you go over there and you talk to my brother and my dad. And he was like, listen, if I go over there, I'm going to make it worse. So what you do is that you go over there, smooth it out, and then we'll talk later. Honey, Andrei ain't nothing but a coward. Just foolish. So here we have Elizabeth's brother and dad, honey, at their Airbnb. Ooh, that was nice, honey. Did y'all hear Elizabeth's dad say that Andrei's house was in the ghetto? I said that, well, Lord. I was like, do you have to call that boy's house no ghetto? But anyway, that Airbnb showed up was pretty, wasn't it? So anyway, Elizabeth gets over there. There's the dad. There's the brother. Of course, Elizabeth. Here she comes. You got any wine? Drinking was the problem to begin with. That's why they got to fussing. No, I hope there's no alcohol at this wedding, because y'all know it's going to be a wedding. So anyway, Elizabeth said that, you know, she's just there to try to smooth things over. Here comes Elizabeth's brother talking about where your bum husband at. Where he at? Child, where he at? So anyway, Elizabeth was like, he is at home cooling off. Okay, both of y'all was out of line. Okay, yes, I am shocked by the way he acted. I've never seen him act like that before, but it takes two to tango. Both of y'all was fussing. Both of y'all's chest was all swelled up, and you both said F you to each other, and that just got everybody in a tailspin, okay? And so the dad was like, why did he act like that? Why is he so afraid of us knowing about what went down in Ireland? Okay, you see how he was with his homeboy? When we was asking his homeboy about Ireland and how defensive he was, and how his homeboy was like, listen, my name Bennett, I ain't in it. Why his homeboy say stuff like that? What are they hiding? Aren't you worried about that? Elizabeth said, listen, he ain't never hid anything from me before. He has always told me everything. I don't know why he's acting like this. And so, of course, the brother was like, listen, he hides something. Who acts like that? And so, of course, here is Elizabeth. Well, maybe he is hiding something because, you know, why is he acting like this? So now there's this big conspiracy theory that Andrei has something to hide. Anyway, so here comes Elizabeth's dad. And he says, listen, I will listen to what Andrei has to say, but he better give me a sincere apology. I mean a sincere apology. Or myself, my son, and my money is going back home. Period. So then here comes Elizabeth with her stupid self talking about oh my God, if he don't apologize, we're not going to get married. If he don't have a proper apology, we're not going to get married because it won't make sense. No, Elizabeth, if he don't have a proper apology, your father's not going to pay for it. See, that's why it won't make sense. See, that's why it won't be a wedding. Because your father won't pay for it. See, that's why. So here comes Andrei. He meets up with the father and the brother. Okay, long story short, Andrei said that, he got to drinking. He blamed it on the alcohol. He blamed it on the drink. He said, listen, I got toe up from the flow up. Okay, I was a little bit heated. I was a little bit aggravated because you two were, asking a whole bunch of questions. You were being nosy. So listen, I wanted to beat up your son. And I cussed at you. I'm sorry about that. And so the father was like, you gonna act like that? You gonna act like that? Knowing good and well that we hold really the cards here. Okay? See, I take care of you, Libby, and that baby. Alright? And you were rude, disrespectful just because we're trying to ask a little bit of questions. You getting upset? This is ridiculous. Alright? So, of course, Andrei, he groveled and he heaved and he howled and he finally apologized. And so the daddy was like, I'm not quite sure about that. Okay? Now, I'm here, okay, because, my daughter loves you and, the wedding needs to go on. But you get out of line one more time. I got my eye on you. So, of course, Libby's dad accept his apology. Of course, there's a wedding for now. And they shook hands. Because, see, when Andrei got there, Andrei thought he was going to get a fist bump. Andrei was like, what's up? What's up? Honey, Elizabeth's dad and brother was like, not today, not tomorrow, not next week. We ain't touching you. This is so stupid. Again, like I said, Andrei and Elizabeth are already married. This is just protocol, child. They're already married. They got a whole family. We all know what's going to happen, child. Elizabeth's dad is going to pay for the wedding. They're going to have a wedding. Andrei know what he doing. Like I said, even Andrei said it. Andrei said, I'm going to have to smooth things over because he's paying for the wedding. In order for us to have a wedding here, I have to play nice. Let's move on. Alright, let's talk about Asuelu and Karine, child. Asuelu done showed up at the mama's house. Now, we know last week, honey, it was just a whole mess. Because it's about money, 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 money. Money. Alright? So, Asuelu's mom, she had a temper tantrum. She got mad because she didn't want $100. She wanted $1,000. That's the Samoan way. So he goes over to the mom's house. There is the sisters. There is the son-in-law, brother-in-law. There's some kids, honey. He brought his gifts. Now, they was like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. What about some money? What about money? All right? And so Asuelu was cool with it. In fact, I was actually proud of Asuelu this episode. I mean, I'll get to the little crying in a minute. But when he was there with his evil sister and that mama, honey, listen, he stood his ground and I was proud of him. Asuelu said, I'm married. I got a whole family. I got children. And look, I need to take care of them. I can't be giving you no money. That is point blank period. So here comes the mama. It is the Samoan way. Okay? Here, the Samoans take care of their parents. So always take care of their family. We don't understand what you don't understand about that. Okay? Before you hooked up with her, you took care of us. Oh, but now you done married an American woman and you got American babies and now you can't take care of us. And then here comes that evil sister. She says, listen, if you can't afford to help send money to the family, then you need to get you a better job. Okay? I send money. That's what she said. She said she sent money. She said, I sent money, but ever since you done married Kalena, everything done changed. You done changed. Asuelu said, listen, okay, Kalena's family don't act like this. Okay? Kalena's family love each other and they give each other money. But they love each other. And he don't want Kalena to think that his family don't love him, but just want his money. That they just love the money, but not him. He was like, that's not how family should be. And so here comes the mama. You already know the traditions. It's a Samoan way. Okay? This is what you're supposed to do. Take care of your mommy. Okay? This ain't nothing new. Born tonight, not last night. You woke up new. And so here comes that evil sister talking about, stop it, mommy. Don't even talk to him anymore. Okay? Whatever Kalena says, he does. Okay? Here we got someone, an older woman, who married a young guy. She's controlling him. She's controlling. So here comes Asuelu's mama. Asuelu's mama said, we're not asking for Kalena's money. We're asking for your money. See, that's where you're wrong, Asuelu's mom. He ain't got no money. He don't have any money. He works part-time at a smoothie shop or cafe, wherever he work at. He worked 12 hours a week. He don't have it. So, like he said, Kalena's money's my money. My money's Kalena's money. And Kalena said, we ain't got any. So here comes the evil sister. And the evil sister said, now listen, we really didn't care for Kalena. We really don't want him to marry an American woman. We wanted him to stick to his own, but hey, since he done went and married her, we assumed that she had money and was able to send thousands of dollars upon call. I don't understand what these people think. They think that just because they marry American, that all Americans are rich. Not even a little bit rich. How poor are you? So then, here comes that evil sister, honey. She got real grimy, didn't she? She said the only reason why you stayed with us because she got pregnant. If she didn't get pregnant, you wouldn't be with her. I said, now listen, hell now. That's a headbutt. That is a headbutt. Now see, for y'all old schoolers, that is a W-A-W on site. Nasty mouth, honey. So Asuelu had enough. That hurt his feelings. So he stood up and he said, I'm out. He said, bye, mommy. He gave him a hug. He said, my sister can't stand Kalena. And you know what I did? I'm not going to take this tongue lashing from my big mouth sister. I'm going to go home to my wife. That's what he did. I said, you better go, Asuelu. So he left. So it's the next day or the day after or whatever. And they go to this goat farm, child. It's so funny how Asuelu said, can we eat the goats? And why we going then? So they go to the goat farm. They done invited that mama. Now before the mama gets there, here's the boys. The boys are just running around. They chasing the goats. And what about the owner of the goat farm? The owner of the goat farm said it would be real nice if they didn't chase after these goats. You understand what I'm saying? The owner of the goat said, if you don't take your badass kids on somewhere, sit down. Sit down. That's what you do. So here comes the mama. The mama rubbing up on the on a bed of rice. Ooh. Let's move on. I know some of you vegan and vegetarians, honey, is like this. Shut up, sis. Anyway, so Mama wants to eat the goat. No, she don't. So anyway, here comes that baby, the one that cries all the time. So here comes Kalena. She takes the baby off to the side. And so here is Asuelu trying to explain to his mama one last time as to why he cannot give her money. She's not buying it, honey. She says, you are Samoan. This is what we do. This is how you were raised. She is really shocked that he is not sending the money that she expects him to send. When I tell you to send $1,000, you do it. You don't send 100, you send 1,000. And I don't care who you're married to. You my boy. So anyway, here comes Asuelu. Asuelu said, you see them people over there in them tent, they homeless. Is that how you want me to live? Is that how you want my children to live? Being homeless? And so she was like, no, of course not. And so then he starts crying and he says, my kids. My kids. He said, they'll die. Oh, Jesus, I got tickled. He said, they'll die. Honey, when I tell you when he did that, you would have thought that the mama would have been like, okay, baby, okay. I'm so sorry. I understand, all right? You take care of your kids. You take care of your wife. You be the husband that I expect you to be. We'll be okay, all right? And if I do need some money, when you send it, just a little bit. I won't ask for a huge amount. Okay? You would have thought she said that, right? Nah, not Asuelu's mama. Asuelu's mama said, F those kids. And F your kids. Eat those kids. I don't care about your crying. I don't care about your kids starving. I don't care about none of that. When I tell you to send money, you send it. And so here comes Kalena. Kalena said, after he done said all that, you see your boy crying, you still asking for money? And the mama said, yeah. Amen. Asuelu's, oh my God, I have never met a family like this. I have never met a family. Are you serious? This grown man is crying, snot flying. And honey, that mama is stone faced. She don't care. She gives 2 F's. Honey, Kalena done called the mother-in-law a B. She said, this crazy B-I-G-C-H. What is wrong with her? Her grown son cried. She said, eat those tears. My. All right. What y'all think about it? Leave it down below. Let's move on. Why is Angela so ridiculous? Last and certainly least, Angela and Michael. Why is she so ridiculous, y'all? And why does she shove everything she owns in her bra? Bone. I done put some hot sauce, a spatula, my wallet. Let me stop. Look, these glasses, child. Look, child, she got her glass. She be having her glasses off. Shit, she's a mess. This is why this episode really irked. This is why this episode really irked me. They don't know what to do with Angela and Michael. They don't know what to do with them. But for some reason, they think that we enjoy them. Or I should say let me speak for myself. I don't enjoy Angela and Michael. See, it was real cute when they first started. You know, them fussing, yelling, screaming. Now, it's just redundant. and it's silly, and it's immature, and it's foolish. That's all they have. They can't offer us anything else. How many times have Angela threatened to call off his wedding? They have been on this show since the beginning, and we are still doing this same old thing. But let's talk about it. So they are on their way to see a marriage counselor or therapist or whatever. They have to see these people before they can get married. Now, they ain't gonna talk about, now they're not gonna tell the mama about Angela not being able to have children. Okay, they just want to get married, so they on their way. And so Michael's like, listen, you're gonna have to be nice, okay? Don't be mean, don't be kind of shy, don't be Angela. Calm yourself, all right? And don't be up in there talking dirty. And then Angela was like, what do you mean talking dirty? Okay, oh, so you don't want me to tell them about the handcuffs? No, Angela, don't tell them. Oh, you don't want me to tell them about the penis wall? No, Angela, don't tell. Don't nobody want to hear that. So they get to the place, and of course, what do they say? All right, there's like 3 principles of getting married and 3 traditions, okay? The first tradition is, listen, okay? Michael can have more than 1 wife. He can have 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, Angela shut that down real quick. Angela shut down everything that include wives, girlfriends. It ain't happening, okay? It's not going to happen. All right, we are going to have a wedding, a marriage with a man and a woman. That's it. Just us. It ain't going to be no extras. Even though in Michael's back of his mind was like, daggone it, I sure do would like to have like 2 or 3. But no, it ain't happening. You're marrying Angela. Okay? Broad back, honey. So, of course, we already know. He is Nigerian. What do Nigerian men do? They control the marriage. They control the relationship. What he says goes. And that's just that on that. The man is a man. He is a leader. He is the one that handles the household. When he tells you to jump, you don't question it. You say, how high? That's what the woman basically said. Now, if you can't abide by those rules, this marriage will never work. And so here comes Angela. Angela gonna tell about, well, I don't really know about all that, okay? I want to marry this man. I love this man. Just know that me and him is gonna make a little happy home. Now, I don't know all about this submissive stuff, but you know what? This is how much I love him. You know, we're gonna work on ourselves, okay? So then Angela talked about the side chicks. And so the woman was like, no, ain't gonna be no side chicks. Angela's like, see, I told you. Ain't gonna be no side chicks. See, this is what I don't understand. They got all willy-nilly about the side chicks, but it's okay if you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wives. Child, the marriage counselors approved them to get married. So Angela, she went outside and she was like, listen, you know that's some bull crap, right? You know whatever they said went in this ear and out that one. Honey, I ain't gonna abide by nothing. We done talked about this, all right? It's me and you, Bonnie and Clyde, okay? It's gonna be 50-50. You ain't gonna be telling me what to do. I'm not gonna be submissive. I'm not a Nigerian woman. I'm a broad back, country, wide neck, bone eating country bumpkin. That's what you're marrying. Period. So, it's time. And so here comes Michael. Yes, I know. Okay. So it's time to meet that auntie. All right. And so the auntie is there. They get there. They're talking. And I will say this. The outfit that Angela wore to meet up with the with the marriage counselors, she looked nice. She looked really nice. Or was it the outfit she wore to Aunt Lydia's? To meet Aunt Lydia. I can't remember. But one of those outfits, Angela looked real put together. She looked nice. See, I said something positive. Anyway, so they meet up with the aunt. And of course, the aunt is asking how the, counseling went. And, the aunt was like, listen, you do know you marrying a Nigerian man. And you do know it's tradition, okay? Most of the, when you marry a Nigerian man comes with that. Being submissive come with that, okay? He's the man of the relationship. Here's Angela. Well, it's a good thing he ain't marrying a Nigerian woman. He's marrying my country self, okay? He married me, an American. And it's a good thing that we're not even going to live here. Okay? See, we're going to be living in America. So, none of that's going to be going on. Okay? He ain't going to be coming over to America and telling me what I need to be doing. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to bow down to him. I'm not going to be submissive to him. I'm going to be my own woman. And that's that on that. Now, y'all talk so much yourselves. I want to go pee. So, when Angela gets up, they get to arguing, all right? Here comes Michael. Calm down. Angela's like, don't tell me to calm down. Stop it, Michael. Stop it. Quit talking to me. Don't you yell at me. First of all, Michael didn't even yell at her, okay? But, of course, Angela already on the defensive, already fussing, already screaming. And the aunt is like, Angela is not willing to bend for nothing. For nothing. And again, like the aunt says, who do you think you was marrying? You chose to marry a Nigerian man. That's like I said. Angela is so controlling and bossy. That's also what the aunt said. When Angela went to the bathroom after she done embarrassed herself, Michael standing there looking like a fool on a stool. And Michael is so stupid. This is what I don't understand. I do not buy that Michael is just putting up with Broadback so he can get a green card, so he can get over to the United States. I don't buy that. I think Michael is just stupid. He literally has been embarrassed time and time again by this woman. He's done been embarrassed in front of his friends. He's done been embarrassed in front of his aunt. He's done been embarrassed in front of his mother. He's done had how many cakes smashed in his face? And so now here is the aunt. The aunt said, you're going to marry this white woman. This woman who talks trash to you, who talks down to you, who don't even respect you. She is bossy. She has no type of decorum. But this is who you marrying. This is who you bringing into our family? You sure about that? So here is Michael, he and Han stumbling over his own tongue. Talking about, she wants things to be, 50-50. So I was like, what? You are a Nigerian man. And I'm assuming when she keeps saying that, Nigerian men are strong, Nigerian men are confident, Nigerian men are the head of the household. Well, honey, that's Skip Michael. Skipped him. He's foolish. I just can't take him no more. So here comes Broadback, and she was like, hey, what y'all talking about? What's going on? What y'all doing? Y'all understand what I'm saying? And so then here comes Michael trying to explain to Angela what he's telling his aunt. And so here comes Angela. Angela said, now wait a minute now. Why are you telling your aunt different things than what you're telling me? That ain't even what we talked about. Okay, I've done told you I'm not changing. So then he said something about submissive, and she said, oh no. She said, see, he keeps bringing that up. I'm not changing. I'm not going to bow down to you. I'm not going to be submissive. How many times I need to tell you that, Michael? Here's Michael. And so the aunt is like, no, wait a minute now. We can't be having this. okay? And so, here's the aunt. The aunt said, listen here, Angela. You seem cool, and I like you, but the way you done carried on tonight, the way you done talked to your future husband, my nephew, I'm not down for this wedding. And so, here's Angela. Well, I guess it's over. I guess it's off then. No wedding. So she storms out. So she gets up. And so here's Michael. Angela. Angela. Angela, stop it. Angela. She was like, no, Michael. No, Michael. No, no. No, Michael. No. Just ridiculous. Oh, she is really... So she walks off and she says that there's no wedding. Grab me an Uber. She's done. And there's Michael and the aunt looking at him like he's a 2-year-old. How embarrassing. Y'all, how many episodes we got left? How many? Because I don't know how much longer I can take Angela and Michael. I really don't. Y'all, I'm trying. I am trying. But they're killing me. Absolutely killing me. That's it, y'all. That's all I could talk about. That's all I can do. Alright, guys, that's it. For my new subscribers, welcome to the family. That's all I can say about Angela and Michael, child. That is it. What did y'all think about that? Leave it down below. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends, bye!